Welcome to Cloud Cape Coast. This is George. It's been a while. It's been a while since I did a project on here. I've been down a little bit, just taking care of family and working. But welcome once again. Well, I did my first DevOps interview. It was nerve-wracking. I must say it was good, but it was exciting. It was exciting. I After the interview, I really learned a lot of things. I did, and that brought in my mind to do a deep research on a lot of things that I did not know, which was amazing. A lot of things that I didn't know, but after the interview and having a conversation with the DevOps manager, because for me, I treat every interview as a discussion and I ask a lot of questions. And, what he said was amazing to me. So I did a lot of research before, and that's why I've not been here um, for quite some time. But I am here now, and we're going to do a hands-on project by designing or simulating a real-world DevOps engineering workflow that many organizations use to deploy and manage cloud-native applications in production environments. Um, with this project, I will start by validating and containerizing a Node.js application using Docker. Then I will push the container image to Amazon Elastic Container Registry or ECR before provisioning a fully managed Kubernetes cluster using Amazon EKS. From there, I will deploy the application using Kubernetes Deployments and Services and verify the port health and networking and expose the application so it can be accessed externally. So this is what we I am going to do today. I'm going to take my time. It's around 9:17 p.m. and the learning don't stop. The the projects don't stop until we get hired. Yes. So throughout this project, I'll explain not only what I am doing, but why I am doing it. Because the conversation that I had in the interview, um, made me know that I have to know why I am doing it. Because these DevOps tools are connected. Like they are all connected. To understand it, you have to know that they are connected. So what I will do is I'll cover Docker, Kubernetes, Amazon ECR, Amazon EKS, networking, container orchestration, service discovery, and a little bit of cloud native deployment fundamentals. Mostly, security is a lot important to me, and we're gonna go through it from beginning to the end. So let's jump into the terminal and see what we can do. But before that, I just spin up an EC2 instance. I started doing it and I said, let me just record this so that by the time I finish, by the time I said, let me record it, I have already spin up an EC2 instance. But this is The environment, I can show you the security group that I'm working with. This one over here, I have, because I've been doing a lot lately. So, so I have a lot of security groups that I've been doing. This is the security group that I'm working with on all the ports that I have opened. So this is the environment. And for me, I have already spin up my own VPC environment. So I can go over there. Inside of VPC, I have my private subnet. I have my public subnet. Um, these are the VPCs that I have. Um, this is the one that I'm using at the moment. And I have my route tables, everything connected. This one, and then I have my internet gateway, which is this one, the portfolio. Yeah, so you can get all these on my YouTube channel because I used to be deep inside the VPC area, which gave me a whole different insight of AWS and networking in general. So um, that that was by the way. So let's jump into the terminal. I am using MobaXterm. I will go and get the public. Did I did I do it already? No. I'm going to delete this one. I was working with this. So this is just a project that I am doing. Um, the landing phase need to have some good projects to work with, but I tend to share what I am doing on my YouTube channel and on my LinkedIn. So if you are on my LinkedIn, you see that some of the projects that I'm doing, I share it on there from time to time. Um, all right, so we are SSH'd into the terminal, and as you can see, the private IP address, which is 10.0.1.6. Let's see. It's right here, 10.0.1.6, which is over here. And that's where we are in. We are in the environment right now. So welcome on board. So right, and let us learn together. Now that I am inside the terminal and inside the server, I would just the first thing I would do is just sudo apt update build it, let it update the package list and install the system packages. So I'm running this sudo apt update, and I will also add sudo apt upgrade -y. This updates the package list and install system packages for what we are going to do. This takes a few minutes, but I have my notes right here on my other screen. Some of the commands that I'm going to run, I'm going to copy and paste it in there. A lot of it is some of it is longer. Um, and all that. And the reason why I'm not on the camera tonight is because my family is right around the corner. They're watching TV. They said Daddy is doing the video, so we're going to lower the TV so that Daddy can do his video and go to sleep early. I said, oh, okay. So I'm going to copy this one. This is the reason why, and this one is sudo apt install y unzip call get G, jp jq ca certificate. This this tool is to download files, unzip the project, and work with Git, and then install the cloud tools that we're going to work it. So all I have to do is press enter, and there we go. So we have it. Next is that I'm going to install Docker, because we're going to work with Docker. Um, Normally I'll go online, or I'll go, open another browser and then, search for install Docker on Ubuntu. But I have put up my whole notes together. So these commands are here and I'm looking at them. So all I have to do is right click and then paste. And when this one comes, it says I'm going to install this Docker over here. And then when I install Docker, I have to enable the Docker by doing sudo systemctl enable Docker, and then start the Docker by doing sudo systemctl start Docker. And this is to give permissions to the Docker um, by doing the sudo user mode ag. But even if I do not want to do this, I can just close out of here and say Docker. And when I put in the Docker, it just say, oh no, Docker command cannot be found. But we have this over here, which is the same thing that I put at the top of the list. So I will right click over here, copy it, bring it over here, and then paste it here. And it's going to give me a prompt to say yes. It's going to give me a prompt to say yes. And there we go. So we have Docker going on. So there we go. So I will copy here. I'll just copy the enable and the start Docker. Let me clear so that we can have them some screen space clarity. And there we go. So, and let me see the status. So I'm going to say sudo systemctl status for the Docker. So we can see it's enabled and it's running. And I'm going to Control C and I'll get out of there. But we've not given permissions to our Docker yet. So if we run Docker ps, we get permission denied. So what I'm going to do is sudo usermod -ag docker ubuntu. So we have given the Docker permission right now, but in order for the permission to be activated or be good, I have to exit this and then come back again. But there is a new way that I can do, which is new group and then Docker. Now if I run Docker ps, boom, but there's no image running. So we are good. But let me check the Docker version, please. All right, so Docker is good. The next stage that I'm going to do is let me check and see if Git is already installed. Let me see. Sudo apt install git -y. Okay, Git is already installed. Let me see if AWS CLI. Okay, so AWS CLI is not in there. I'm going to copy this over here and we're going to install the CLI onto our device. It's going to take a few seconds and it's going to give us the version which is right here. This one right here. Okay, so after that, now what I'm going to do is get the access key and the secret access key. No, normally, you know, normally like I'll go to IAM, create a user and then get the secret access key. Let me see if I have a user over here. Yeah, I have one user over here. Let's see credentials and then come over here and get a secret access key over here. But I just want a quick one. This is not a good way to do it, but it's a quick one. I'm going to deactivate this one and then delete it as quick as possible. And then we can get it. So I'm going to create a new one and check this over here, confirm, next. And I'll just go to next. So I have a new secret access key and this, but what I do first over here is click on download, even though I'm not going to, and then save it somewhere probably, because even though I'm going to delete it anyway, so I will do. So what I will do is AWS configure. There's none. I'll paste this one in there, and then I'll go for the secret access key. Paste this one here, and the region is US East 1, and I will say JSON. There we go. So we are in there, and I can check it by doing AWS STS get caller identity. Boom. We have the user ID, accounts, and the RAN, which is Quasi. There we go. Alrighty. So our next thing that we have to do is to install kubectl, and the kubectl is used to manage the Kubernetes resources inside the EKS cluster. So I'll copy the command, and this is it. So over here, kubectl, the version, and all the good stuff over here. Press enter. The version is right there. And then the next one that I need is install eksctl, which is used to create and delete EKS cluster. So let's go ahead and copy and paste over here. And there we go. Boom. We got it. Now if I want to run this project locally, uh, let me see. I will go ahead and install npm. So the npm version, and let's see something. So we are working all around, and we are testing everything um, that will work for us, so that we can see um, what we are working with, what we are working in. So the Node.js is needed to run and test the back end application locally before containerizing it. Yes. So this will take quite some time. Let's just drink a little bit of water. So there we go. It's coming up. How's everybody doing? If you get here on this page, just click the like button and put on a comment that you are doing great. And welcome to Cloud Cape Coast, where learning is made simple and exciting. I always tell my daughter that reading is fun and exciting, and she loves reading. So, yes. Alrighty. So, we have installed npm and Node.js, installed Node.js. Alright, so we are home. Let me see where I am at. PWD. Excuse me. ls. Okay, so alrighty. So I'm going to clone my repository. Let me see if I even open it now. Uh-oh. So we have it over here. So I'll cd into as and then tap. So I'm here. So I should see everything. We have the README, the app, docs, K8, and then the scripts. And when we come to the repository environment, we have the same thing over here: app, doc, K8, and all the good stuff right here. So what I'm going to do is cd into app, and I should see all of it over here. So let me see. Let's see cd into it. npm install. npm start. So it's running on port 30. So I will get my, well, that's why I always download the access key and secret access key. So because I'll be jumping from page to page, from service to service, and so we can check. Well, boom, there we go. So we have our shop is Kubernetes demo service, containerize backend service running on Kubernetes AWS, and refresh and generate, because we're going to do some monitoring with Grafana and all the good stuff. So let's see. Let's go back. So we are connected. We can check on it if it's running locally. So locally, it is working. But that's why we had the npm before we containerize it. So Control C, and I'm out of there. Let me clear the screen. So we are on the good track. We are on the good track right now. So now let me, because I am already in the app directory and I can see the Docker file over here. Let me see cat doc file to see what we got in there. So we have Node, Alpine, in the work directory, and we copying over here. So this is it. See npm, and then it's going to expose it on 3000. All right. So let's clear it up, and because we are here in the app environment where we can see the doc file. So I'm gonna go over here, copy from my notes, put it over here. And what this is going to do is that it's going to have Docker to build the image, uh, to build a image, and this in because a lot of the um, a lot of the Ubuntu or the operating systems environments run on Linux slash AMD 64. So, and this dash T over here is tag, and the tag is the name of the service. This is it. So the name of the image that we are going to give, like the the name. Yeah, that's going to, and it's going to go. This dot here is very important. It's very, very important. If we don't put the dot over there, it's going to give us an error like that. So there we go. So it's pulling. So it's working through PN. It's building, and it has built successfully. So let me see. Docker images. We should see too. So we are here. So Docker KA service and the latest, and then we have the Node 18 Alpine over here. Lightweight. Docker is always about having a lightweight kind of image environment, which is fast, and you can run it in a detached environment so that it will be faster. And the reason why Docker is that a lot of the applications are written in the language that cannot be accessed on different other operating systems. So if you run Docker, that means you can take your application to another device with a different operating system that and you can run your application on on there. So now I'm going to run this image and expose it to the environment that I wanted to run on. And this is Docker run. The P over here is just talk about, hey, port mapping. So port mapping, and I'm just gonna add D so that it the D dash D is detach detachment, detachable. Like I don't want it to run every command. I just want it to run the command on the background and then the give me the image that I want. And the dash P is port mapping, and this is the Docker port, and this is the host port, and then the external port where people will just access the image from. So and then the image name. So I'm going to click enter, and because I put the dash D over here, the detach mode, It just ran it on the background and gave me this, gave me that. So let me see. I'm just going to see the health. Run it over here. Yep, it's loading. And status is okay. Message service is healthy. Timestamp 2026 9 Ubuntu. This is my IP. So Control C, we are out of there. All right, so our Docker image is running, and now I'm going to go out of the app environment, go to home, go to the home, and give give the script some some permissions to execute the script that we have, because if I do ls, you can see we have some scripts over here. Let's go into the script. Let me see if this one will work. We will see like everything that's in here. Yes, with the script and all that. Let me see, escape, kill, because we didn't write anything on there. Yep. Alrighty. Am I in the script? CD script. ls. Oh, sorry. I didn't know he mentioned. So this is everything in here inside the script. Yeah. So this is the script environment. Um, so everything in there. Check where you are at. Configure the AWS. This is going to help us create the EKS cluster, get access info, install tools, create ECR and push. This will be the next one that we will do. Deploy to Kubernetes, and then after everything is done and we want to clean up everything, I will just clean up this. I will just run this command, and everything will be deleted and cleaned up. So we are still in the script environment. Yes. So I just want to touch on something like with this file over here. I remember when I was studying Kubernetes, one of my friends, shout out to Dennis, he gave me his environment to learn Kubernetes. I'm not going to mention the school, and they ask questions. They have lab environments. I was working a lot throughout those times because I'm trying to take my Kubernetes certification. There are three certifications that I'm going to take. I'm working on Azure DevOps right now, and after that, I'll take the Kubernetes or Terraform. These are the three certifications that I am working on at the moment. But um, the Azure DevOps is the top one on top. Um, but it was telling me whenever I see this over here, it's like okay, that does not exist. So because it was one of the questions that was being asked in there. So we are around the script environment. So let me go back. ls this one. I'm going to give it the descriptor then. All right, so okay, so I have it over here. So the script is going to be create. This one is going to be create EKS, but in the in our environments, let me see. Do I have it here? Get profile. Go to script. So we have it over here. Create EKS and push. So I'm going to copy it over here. Now I'll come over here and I will erase this and paste it over here. So press enter. Let's create. All right, so let's go to our environment. Let's go to AWS. Let's see if we are going to see the K8S demo service in the ECR. Boom, there we go. And it also said push the image. So let's click inside and see. We're gonna see the latest. That's the image. Boom. It's looking good, guys. It's looking good. It's looking good. So we are in the E- um, Elastic Container Registry. Created this one over here. We're looking good. Alrighty. So I'm gonna clear. I like clearing it so that I can have some good free space. So now what I am going to do is build, tag, and push the image to ECR. hmm I've already built it up and pushed it out. Okay, so we are here. So this one is for the EKS environment. I'm gonna copy this one. See the letters. Paste it. Create EKS. Copy it. Paste. Boom. Righty. Let me see if I can get the notes from here. kubectl get nodes. If this will work. Oh, yeah. Yep. 8080. Go into our environment to see if something is building over here. EKS. Okay, no cluster. Okay, so creating the EKS field. Um, not because of the script, but because um, AWS blocked the creation because the region has so many VPCs. So let me see. I have a few VPCs that I'm not using. It has so many VPCs, so I'm gonna make sure I deleted a few VPCs. I have five of them. This is the one that I'm using. Oh, this is the one, yeah. The portfolio, I would like to keep it because I'm building my portfolio too online. I'll delete this one. Action. Delete VPC. I hope I delete. Okay, it has a what? Not gateway. They have not gateway. Let's see. Let's see. So we are not we I'm troubleshooting everything. I am recording everything because it's about time. You know, the all these happen because you are in the cloud, and the cloud is not um you're not going to have it successfully, or you're not going to go through it without having any issues. So there it is. Platform dev. Let me see. I can also delete this platform dev. Will not gateway. I remember I remember creating these with cloud formation. Yeah, it's gonna take a while. Let me see. Let me go to cloud formation to see if there's some stuff on there. Yeah, so this is what we created. So it was coming up. That's the group. But it stopped with a rollback because of the VPC, duplicated VPC, dedicated VPC. Yeah, that's fine. Go back to VPC. This is just by the way because um I had to. We ran into a little bit of an issue. I knew I had to delete these things. I knew I had to, and I. All right, sorry, I have not been saying it. I've just been troubleshooting, and it's like, oh, 10:11. So I'm just winding down. Yeah, yeah. It's time to go to sleep. Yep. Oh, So, I run into a little bit of issue over there because this is like the first time I'm doing this project, and it's like the raw thing that I'm doing. I did not encounter all these issues, so we are doing it live, right? So when I first did it, because I've been creating VPCs and all that, it was going to use cloud formation to create the cloud formation to create the cluster. So it has to create the VPC, get all the good stuff that cloud formation will come with. So this is a free AWS account environment, so there is limitation to what you can create at a time, and the VPC um, at the zone at the region was full. I mean, I had five, so I deleted um, a few. I deleted, I think, two or three out of there, and I ran it again. And when I ran it again, it gave me an error again, stating that the cloud formation already has what was going on earlier on. So I have to delete that one too. And that's what you see in the red thing over already exists in the stack. So I went to the cloud formation and deleted that. Before you delete it, it tells you to deactivate termination or something. Yeah. So I deactivated it, and then it's it's allowed me to delete it. But let's see what's going on in our CloudFormation environments. Let me see. Let me come over here. Create stack. No, CloudFormation. Let's go to the stacks. Okay, so there we are. Okay, so in progress. Um, this one is deleting in progress. This is the one that we are creating. Yep. So so it's going on. It's going to take a few minutes, but this is it. This is it right here. Um, these are some of the um, projects that, after doing my first DevOps interview, um, I was able to cite myself to see, um, these are some of the projects that a lot of these companies need. These are fundamental or foundational environments. There are ways that you can add some attributes to it so that you have your security environment to be tight. You can add, the um, instead of access key, you can choose the ARN or Open ID Connect, OIDC, um, and also use IAM to give out some permissions and policies that are supposed to go to particular people who are going to, or particular services who are going to run some stuff. So for me, security is much more important to me. So I don't play with it at all. If I'm learning something, I'm looking at how best I can secure this environment, how best I can do the Trivy, the Sonar Cube, how best I can run and check vulnerabilities and be able to do a web hook that can give us the quality gateway, so I can talk to the developer to fix this and bring it back again so that we can run it again. So these are
You know, this is what I check. These are the things that I check. I like learning and I like progressing. So after the interview, it's opened my eyes to the questions were not that difficult. But and I'm going to say shout out to my friend, to my mentor Justin, and also to my friend and mentor Dennis. They hold my hands to guide me in this field. They have been able to put me through some mock interview type of questions that I was ready for that for those, but it's just a little bit of tension got in the way. But after talking to the DevOps manager and with the questions that he asked, I knew that my hey Nadia, it's time to go to sleep, honey. Hmm? All right, my little daughter came to me right now. I'm going to pause this and let it let it build up, and then I'll come back later. Okay, so I was able to pause it to go put my daughter to sleep. Man, she will never go to sleep unless she's laying in my arms. So I started to put her to sleep around 8:30, and it's now 10:30. She's come to my table or my desk for like 7 or 8 times until I was like, everybody is sleeping, but you are up. So, well, it's created and it's ready. Let me see. Let me run this one over here. There we go. Have it. Let's go to EKS. Yes, there we go. So active. Do we have a service? Uh, mhm. Go to EC2 to see what we got in there. There we go. Yep. So it will spin up two extra nodes, which are all running over here. All right, we've done a good job. We've done a good job over here. The node's ready. I'm tired, but we got a long way to go. All right, we've come this far just to be this far. All righty, so the nodes are ready. Let's update the kubeconfig. Kubeconfig gets nodes. See, is it raining outside? Here we go. All right, so the nodes is running. Let me see the script. The deploy. Okay, let me see. You are the Whoa. Go. Oh, wow. It's been a while since I used this. Let me see. What's in there? Nothing. So I was looking for. So I thought I was using ECS. That's why I was looking for the services. All right. We've got a cluster going. There is. Alrighty. Hmm. Let me verify these. Kubectl get deployment. Oh yeah, so I have to create a namespace. No, I'm not defining a namespace. Yep. Do I have service? Okay, service over here. The same thing. I'm going to put the service over here. I'll put the namespace over there because just because. eksctl get deployment. There we go. The replicas are ready. Let me see what the pods will say. Pods are running. Services. All right, gotta get. This is it right here. Ooh, 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 ooh. Jesus, Jesus, that's how we love you. Alrighty. Let me see what this one will give us. Give us a service, no pod, external, numbers, node pod. Okay, so I'm gonna go to over here, EC2, instances. I'm just select one of these. I'll just select this one. Network, I will just go over here. And get the security. Let me see. Security. Security group. This is for inbound. Okay, so the specific range is chosen, for Kubernetes, and it's just to allow the exposure to external services across every worker node IP. Um, but it's in the notes. It's in the notes. So yeah, and it's just allow browsers traffic to reach the Kubernetes node port. Let me see kubectl. Let me change. Let me see. Get nodes W. Right. External here. Now we have the external IP. So see, before we did not have the external IP. Now we have the external IP over here. Let me see. You are the living God. Let me see if we will have some luck over here. Nope. Put forward and we'll check the let's check the code over here. If it's running or not. It's okay. Yep. Whoa. These are just a couple of useful troubleshooting commands that I have in my mind, in case these just a couple of troubleshooting kubectl describe, you know, kubectl mostly kubectl get ports, kubectl logs is very important, logs and then the port name and then kubectl describe and then the service and you can check if it's rolling updates, liveness probing or readiness probing, and all these things, all these you can just check and troubleshoot. Okay, in case you have image pool back off or you have image pool cache loop back off, you know, and all that. So we can push this to GitHub with everything that we have done, and then you know, get the get everything. Let me see. Let me check something at my GitHub. Let me see GitHub Actions. Okay, I get a GitHub action and everything. Well, we are good. Um, well, let's see where we are at. CD over here. LS. We're gonna clean up. Let me see the script. CD script. LS for clean up. What? Oh, 07. Okay, that's fine. There we go. Guessing this is going to take a few minutes. I'm going to pause this. All right, so it took a few minutes. Deleting ECR.
Let me go and check and see. I gotta clean it up because I don't want to see. All right, so these two has been terminated already. Let's recreate an EKS no cluster. Let's go back to ECR. Elastic Container Registry. Nothing. Really? Go to repository. Nope. I'm gonna go to CloudFormation to check and see. Because I need to do a thorough cleaning. Okay, deleting fields. So let's go over here. We try delete. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead. That's why you always have to check CloudFormation. It's would you would think that it's deleting, but on the other end, it will not be deleting. You have to go in there to take a look at it. Yeah. Check VPC. Used to be 5, now it's 4. So I guess it's going on. VPC cluster. I need to delete all these. I'm going to delete all of them. I think I would only need one. Now that I know, and this has given me a learning environment that you can only create 5 VPCs at a time in one region, in one region. So for me, I can go to East and North, California, Oregon. Yeah, I can create these over here. So I have probably 20 VPCs to create if I want to create in Ohio and all that. I think I have one in Ohio somewhere. Let me see. Yep, I created one over here. Let me see if I can delete it. No, this is the default. Oh yeah. Nope, I'm not deleting the default.